Thanks for joining us again. I'm Daniel Barnett for AVC News, and I'm sitting down again with Mayor Tom Orr. Mayor Orr is going to talk to us a little bit about what's going on around Cambridge, and in particular about some of the delinquent properties we have around Cambridge and what the city is doing to sort of remedy that. We won't call it a problem, but it's sort of a lingering thing in the communities that I know people are happy that it's being addressed. So tell us what's going on with the Delinquent Property Project, Mayor Orr.
Well, I think most people know my administration, that's a linchpin in what we do here. Coming into office, we've been aggressive about that. We're not going to stop. I like where our town's headed in that area. I mean, compared to most little towns, we're ahead of the curve. A lot call us to see how we've done what we've done. And I want to take a moment to thank all those parties involved to help us with that. But again, we still have a top 20 list, top 25. It ever changes. We rotate off. Sometimes we try to use all 4 wards. And again, it's money driven, and we don't have a lot of that. So we try to leverage that with grants. And sometimes the grants make us stay in a certain area. Like we just came out of the Goat Hill area, South 12th Street, and we just got our last one of those down here just in this week. And it's currently being seeded, and it's going to become a little park, which will fit that, not a big park, but just a little area where kids can enjoy green space. And if you drive that area, you'll see how that does fit in there. It'll go along with the Samaritan House Project, which is another little good effort of fixing up a house. We're just leveraging all possibilities to make people move forward or help them, assist them. We don't want to have to get nasty about things, but we will if we have to. And I think they're starting to understand that. We still have issues with out-of-town owners. That's going to be a problem going forward. I've got some ideas up my sleeve. Unfortunately, none of them is going to be popular, but we're going to have to probably get a little nastier there maybe before it's over. We've got to use the leverage, maybe with gas and oil and business. We want these to be neighborhoods. We want people to let loose of these things. I don't understand why people continually let things fall apart and lose money, and then they hurt their neighbors. So in the total property code issue, we just came out of spring cleanup, which the city 100%, you could deliver your trash, and we took care of that, and tires. And we're going to try to see if eventually we can get a fall cleanup too, but we so far haven't been able to afford that. We've been working hand in hand with residents, and they can call our offices, and we'll work with them and keep them abreast of what's going on. I want to thank the citizens out there that so far have called in and worked in partnership in their neighborhood with us, because we're all one. We are Cambridge, and they're getting it. We're getting it. It's not a mayor thing. It's not a city council thing. It's not just a resident thing. It's a community. It's a county. It's a city. And I like the way we're going. And the townships are communicating. We had 4 townships sharing the cost. And I think that's going to grow. And I'm going to work with the county again and continue to reach out. And it's all of us together. And I like the way it's going there.
Well, and it's great to see when you have some of these delinquent properties coming down, the way that neighbors fix up the houses around it and get that impetus. Impact. Exactly. Now, if you have someone out there who's either watching or listening to this and says, well, there's a house next door that really is looking rickety, and maybe they haven't contacted your office or the appropriate office, who would they call to do that, and what are the sort of channels for that?
Well, if it's a privately owned house and you're struggling out there, we do have some options every once in a while, depending on how many dollars. That would be Kim Hott in economic development. But if it's simply an empty house or a really rough situation, which I think most of those are on our chart. I don't think we're missing any out there, but we could. It happens. Sometimes there's a sudden vacancy that comes up, and that would be Kim Conrath, and that would be in property code maintenance in the city of Cambridge. They're welcome to call the mayor's office, and we'll pipe them through to the appropriate place. We're the first one on the Rolodex, so to speak. Our offices are all really busy right now. The sun came out, and just like your own home, we're busy fixing things up, and they're committed on a current list. So we put them on the end. We do keep an update, and you're willing to check on that at any time. But we've got our hands full. At the same time, they're welcome to call. We want to work with them. And you just hit something really good. It is amazing when we take down a blighted structure, how the rest of them around pick things up. And I think they feel better about, they see our commitment back at them and hear them, and they give back. And again, as a community, that links us all together. And that makes me very happy. I'm glad to see that.
Well, thank you again for sitting down with me, and we'll be sure to do it again soon. And just for information for people out there listening or watching, Kim Conrath's office, that number is 439-2822. So again, Mayor Orr, thanks for joining me.
Well, thanks for having this. It's a great idea. And again, information's everything.